Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
That belongs to our apostles and the administrators who bring Texas truth. Peace and love. And salutations to my brothers. Some Christian sisters out there also. And Rosh Shalom to you. We out here once again for the Spirit Conference on Hashem and Sean. Outside of downfall of America to bring out prophecy. Because that's what's going on right now. Spirit. Right now. Every one of these brothers, we done talked about it. Started from our apostles on God. See him, families, coming. Now all of a sudden you got 10% airplane layoffs because what's happening is when this government shutdown is that they're laying off people that are in a lot of these jobs. TSA ain't over there in the airport like that no more. And also too, that's gonna make delays with planes because a lot of the pilots and stuff like that, they're gonna their job's gonna get laid off. They're gonna get laid off from that too.
It's not just, once again, it's not just TSA, and they're holding up, you know, the pilots and everything. Think about the food chain. All right, the grocery system and everything, all that comes through the way of plane, ship, train, all this has an effect. All right, so this is how the famine is really going to start setting in for you people. All right, if you don't understand that you need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as your Steppenbirds and Spanish back, you're going to be in a very sorrowful case. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, it's not right. All right, your days are being short for the very elect. Alright, so Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, is going to make his word come full circle. Right? Not faith.
Look at Ecclesiastes chapter 39. Verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, and seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy.
And that's exactly what we're occupied in prophecy. Because the Heavenly Father declared the end from the beginning. So those that are of the chosen, those that are given the mysteries of the Heavenly Father, they're not going to do that. They're seeking out the prophecies, which the prophecies are we are to look for because they measure the time frame. When you had back then, the intro before y'all shot out, you had the disciples thinking that the kingdom was going to come when the Lord came on the scene. That's why you got this controversy with these parents with John the Baptist talking about some, oh, he fell out the faith because of the question. Well, you got to realize at that time, everybody. When the Messiah came, see, a lot of Israelites thought that he was going to bring the kingdom at that time, but it wasn't supposed to be at that time. That's why a lot of people do it. It's really a homicide that rock and roll restored Israel, or the elected Israel, who died on that cross. Okay, he wasn't going to take down that was
Acts 1 and 6 straight to the point. Because when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
right. That's what they were waiting for. There was always prophecy of Messiah coming to give Israel the kingdom. Okay, to restore Israel, to be a reconciliation for Israel's sins. But there was a bigger picture. So the disciples at that time, the apostles thought at that time that Yahushua, when he came, he was going to restore the kingdom after the deed was done. And the Lord was like, nah, not at this time. I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back. I saw that movie, what's it called, District 9, with the aliens. Remember what the dude said? He said, yo, I'm going to come back in 3 days. Right? So these devils know at this time through the Spirit, okay, that the Lord, he's coming back to first and foremost restore Israel, which he's doing that by way of the word. By way of the word. All right, and then he's going to take down Esau. He's going to change our borrowed bodies. We're going to be in the same covenant. Okay, we're not going to be able to go off. We're going to be in heavenly, extraterrestrial bodies, so to speak. Okay, meaning our bodies that can enjoy the pleasure of the flesh, but we won't be able to go off. We won't be able to sin. All right, then he's going to take down the so-called righteous. Because America's going to be destroyed. Right? So the time of restoring really about now. They didn't understand that back then. Now they understand it now because we're seeing men back here.
We actually, at that time, we'll actually get to enjoy the fullness of righteousness, right? In Yahushua, understand what they did wrong. They could never do it again. This is what the fight is for. The fight is really to be in hope, right? In Yahushua, to not sin, to keep going after righteousness, to keep learning more righteousness, and to make sure that all are subject unto righteousness. All right? It's not going to be a defiled, messed up kingdom like this shit is here. It ain't going to be on this fucked up concrete and so on and so forth. All right?
Yeah, that's part of that restoration. I'm going to read down on this. This is Acts 1 and 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power.
So that's powerful. So the Lord didn't even know that he was going to actually, come back. So that's powerful. So you got the Heavenly Father put power in his hands, man. Gave him all things. He told his own son, listen, I don't even know what time it's going to be.
Hey, and that's a form of fear as well. All right? Yahushua has fear for Yahweh. All right? The Father said he ain't going to let me know that. Okay, when I get the word, then I'm going to obey. I'm going to obey that word at that time. Until then, don't worry about it. All right? Continue to do the work and push it forward as it needs to be. I'm here right now to give you what you need that is sufficient for your salvation. Now, when that salvation comes, then you'll know. All right? If you're paying attention, if you're reading the signs, you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see.
But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you.
power. We already got power.
Yep.
If we got the word, he's gonna elevate it.
Just as the disciples, when they started performing those miracles, they were gaining notoriety. Well, it's really infamy. You know, what came along with that was the persecution. You know, that's the same thing that happened with Yahweh Shai. When that got, you know, the rulers at that time, you know, same thing. These devils mad. You know, they got really scared. All right. So once these things start being performed again, you know, through the power of the Lord, hey, that persecution gonna come in. It's only gonna further, you know, prophecy.
Lord, hey, nothing you can do against the truth, only for the truth. All right, it's gonna solidify how about Shimmy Shai's word even more.
That's where they came with that slander and you know, shame-facing the prophets, you know, for their belief. You know, we go to calling them Christians and you know, other things. And they said in Acts 7, what does it say? What name have you done these works by? You know. Took us from that lower state because, you know, we had that pride. Really wicked.
And what we did, like the brother said, we truly didn't understand what it is that we had, right? We didn't understand the deep, dark mysteries of the scriptures because it wasn't fully given unto us at that time. So the Most High, Yahweh Shimmy Shai, all right? Yahweh sent his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to reveal it. Right? Now we have the understanding in this day and this time. Now, the testimony is out. Okay?
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 1. For the law having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very
Exactly. So that's exactly what we needed. We needed a perfect sacrifice. That was why we had the lamb without blemish, Yahweh Shai. When that perfection of that sacrifice came unto the nation of Israel, right, to teach them and to preach the gospel and the good news, all right, some received it and a lot didn't, all right? But now in this day and this time, all that mystery is being revealed to the servants, the prophets, first and foremost, as we search and scrub throughout the history, all right? This thing of ours is not a colorism thing, all right? It is a spiritual bloodline thing, all right? So Yahweh Shimmy Shai has this embedded in our DNA, all right? Embedded. That's why this devil does certain things, and this is not any medical information at all, okay? But what does RNA do? It unlocks the code to the DNA, right? It allows them to duplicate and redirect and change things about you.
They're always trying to get, they trying to match what Jake already got, which is, you know, given by the Most High. And you can't duplicate, you know, things, you know, of that divine nature. You know, and that's what these devils are really trying to do. That's why they tap in and see what makes you go off, and all these, you know, things that they have played Jake with, you know, mental instability, you know, everything from their science projects, you know, their experiments. But that's them trying to see, okay, this is bad for, you know, what makes it good, because, hey, it goes in even, on the basic, dietary laws. They could eat all that bullshit and not be affected.
Right.
But Jake touching it, got glaucoma, diabetes,
Fucking swole up.
Hey,
you got, somebody living off McDonald's every day, a man of the lake, eating McDonald's, fucked up.
right. Hey, and Salaki again, hey, this is not any medical information, all right? We are not doctors. We are not any type of medical professional, all right? Do the research yourself, okay?
Receipts are out.
Yeah, right. Look it up, all right? Reading Rainbow. Take a look. It's in a book. And that book being the internet, and that book being a physical book, all right? Find the information that is out there, like the brother said.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1. And it says, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Verse 2, and 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. Verse 3, they that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. Verse 4, so the 10 virgins, 5 that are wise and 5 that are unwise. The 5 that are wise are the ones that be doing their research, studying, searching out the scriptures, making this ministry their top priority. While the ones that are foolish, that's you 2/3 that continue to dwell about in this society, following after the ways of men, believing on their philosophy, following after their ways, And it says in verse 5, it says, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And that's coming from 2/3 because you guys don't take heed. You guys don't care. And that's the thing, is like you have this opportunity. When you see us out here on the highways and byways, you have this opportunity, but you don't care about the one thing that Yahweh Shai has given you in order to return back unto him, which is the word. In verse 6 it says, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Verse 7, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. In verse 8, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
That's great.
Matthew 25 and 13. It says, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Every day, the wise virgins was getting ready. Preparing themselves, they're trimming their lamps. That's a meticulous process there that we have to be, meticulously going through this making sure you are singing that song perfectly, preparing in the right steps. All right, and it says watch because no man knows the hour when you come back. And it say, blessed is the servant that is found so doing. All things to take into consideration.
Right. Okay.
So,
These look at this as a Halloween costume. All right, you take our ministry as a joke. All right, but that's all right. The joke is on you. And at the end of the day, it is still prophecy being fulfilled that you don't understand. We can never be wrong in the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as long as we follow Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Keep reading. Let me go grab these two.
Matthew 25 and 14. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man travailing into a far country. He called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods."
That's something that you Christian, you read that.
Matthew 25 and 14. "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country. He called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods."
This is Luke 19 and 12. A certain nobleman, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to seek for himself a kingdom and to return. Same. It says, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy until I come. Until I come. Yeah, occupy. So go into that word occupy, be busy. Get busy.
Stay ready.
So, like opportunity and leisure.
Occupied in anything to carry on a business, of a banker or a trader.
Where you get those servants, right? You get the servants, those talents, right? Not only the hired men, right? The ones that he already made the agreement with for the day's labor for that penny, all right? And those who came in at the end for that same penny, all right? But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai continues to give so you can receive this work, right? All the way into the doors of mercy closing. When the doors of mercy are closing, the work is done, right? The work is done for the laborers. Now it's time for Yahweh Shai to come and check everybody's work, all right, through the will of Yahweh. You see, everybody has to answer. Doesn't matter if you're far out in the field. It doesn't matter if you're working in the field. How Hashem Yahushai is bringing His word full circle. And we can't cry out unto you enough.
First Thessalonians 5 and 6 says, "Therefore let us not sleep as do others, and let us watch and be sober." You know, and that's being, just staying on key, man. Watching, right? Like what the brother put out earlier, with the 5 candles. It's like do the work, stay on key. Keep watching, stay on point, because prophecy, like I said, is at hand, man.
Ready in the spirit.
Yeah.
There's 5 ready in the spirit.
Keep your spiritual eye open, all right? Keep that spiritual eye open as well as your regular eyes. Right? Don't just sit here and think, as some of you Israelites think, you already got it. All right, you got it. I know the name of the Most High and His only begotten Son, that's enough. All right, don't think that your work is ever done. Your work is done. We get beamed up, Lord willing, we be those men. That's when the work is done.
What does he do? Those who prophecy the prophecy lines. Title of the lesson. Say in Habakkuk that we got Habakkuk 2. they stand on top of the tower, you know, standing on watch.
It's like this is the best news channel to be watching. That's gonna keep you on point of what's really going on out here.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs in the KJV, chapter 1 and verse 20, and it reads, "Wisdom crieth without, she utter her voice in the streets." You hear the traffic in the background, right?
That's how you know they see us when you get home.
Yeah, you see how the Lord been moving the spirit for us to be more, you know, secluded. You know, in a way, because that's the Lord, you know, in these times coming up, He's gonna completely take the word away, you know, from the masses. So this word's gonna be more valuable. All right? And as it gets more valuable, it gets, you know, more exclusive. Because you can't have access to, the world can't have access to this anymore. Those times is going away. Even the scriptures say, you know, the ways of this life passing away. So what you was used to ain't gonna be tomorrow. You know, the apostles and elders had, you know, and it was a different spirit. You know, 20 years ago, it was a different spirit. You know, 5 years ago. From where we at now. We don't got to go and reach out and to everybody, because you should know if you're an Israelite by now. And if you don't, you know, you've been under a rock. And not the right one.
if they could have access to the funds, to EBT snack, yo, the world could cut this, yo, you see it. They've always had it there. Was the beginning of the slandering in the mouth of the king, all right? In the mouth of the king, so he's letting you know, all right, that it's about to come. It's about to go down. We're going to have our little celebration for our nation, all right? And that's what he said. We're going to have our celebration for our nation. Yeah, we're going to have the little celebration for our nation, but after then, right, hey, all bets is off. You might have a little leeway, but you might not.
Speeches get cut, you know, brothers' videos going down, you know, certain, you know, channels going down. But what they did recently, probably about a month, maybe even not a little bit, not that long ago, but they changed to where now anti-Israel speech is now anti-SCM speech, you know. And then, so that's just another factor that comes into play. Right? You can't say nothing about, you know, that you know, that state without it being, you know, you know, considered that root talk, you know.
Yeah, I'm still there. Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 21, and it reads, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she shall utter her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?"
All this information and all these prophecies coming past higher than ever. Because it's still out here and still got some fake people. You go down TikTok videos and stuff like that, they be thinking that they like 10 toes deep and Jake be just saying some dumb shit, man. Like it was just Jake, I did a video on him, he was talking about the heavens. He said something spiritually, but the rest of the shit he was saying was Jake still believes in angels coming down, super men, and all that. Shalom.
Shalom. From your
Shalom.
From Yasharallah. From Yasharallah.
You got what?
We want to see the milk.
No. You gonna go get milk?
You know, the only way you gotta get right is to go through that experience. Right? Why the Lord gonna kill you? He got you. That's why the Lord gonna kill you, because you can't get right.
Everything's a joke. Everything's a
Yeah,
game.
it's a mockery. What does the Lord say? Yahweh shall not be mocked. You're gonna reap what you sow. And what y'all sowing on this earth under Esau and Edom is wickedness, you know, death. All right, your works are of death. What's that? You know, if you love,
All those that love their life. Yeah.
also in Proverbs 8,
Oh yeah.
you love death.
Yeah. All that hate me love death. Right?
The degenerate, you know, the degenerate plant. You just that was the whole little upward. You know, and you know, how y'all make that much commotion? You know, y'all high bickering by yourselves between each other. Y'all doing shit.
I got Proverbs 8 right quick. This is Proverbs 8 and 36, and it reads, "But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All that hate me love death." All right, you wrong your own soul. Hey, going against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so you must love the pleasures of death. All right, and how it comes about. It can go very easy or it can go very painful. Right? You are dealing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, King of terrors. All right? Alashadya, a demon like a pout. All right? So know that he can make every cell feel every amount of pain, and you just thinking nerve endings. How many more cells do you have in your body than nerve endings? All right? Right, every atom in your body. All right? A black cat. Just a real black cat. All right? Break you down all the way. And what is it? What is that disease that does it? Is it
They call it yeah, that's crazy that you say that because
Yeah. No, I forget what it is, but it's still like what is that? Syphilis for the Tuskegee experiment. It does that. Right? It hurts. Yeah. That shit hurts your cells. Right? It hurts, it hurts. There's so many. This is not medical information once again, so anytime you're in any of these videos that you see with brothers, this is not medical information. Take the time to look it up. It's on Google, it's in a book. All right? We are not doctors or physicians of this world. Asperger. Right, can you read that a little bit? Yeah, just a...
It's color field on this earth as purpose syndrome. Misinformation and sorcery. All right? Hey, and you can look up the simplest missing last one. This is what we're talking about, the swelling. All right, swelling of the hands, the feet, and so on and so forth. Yep.
Like what the brother is saying, hey, when Jake fight righteousness, and how that neurological disorder, everything that you really fighting yourself, right? You fight what makes you, that peculiar trigger. So you're really in an identity crisis, because you're going against how the Lord made you. And that's why our people are so, mentally distraught, have, this, that, and the third, right? Because you're doing things adverse to the Most High. And the Most High made you, to be on the same level, to perform his wisdom, as laws, statutes, and commandments. So when you go against that, hey, you're fighting yourself, let alone fighting, more importantly, fighting the Most High. You ain't never gonna win that battle. You're never gonna win it. Proverbs 1:21, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Experiment, which is syphilis, all right, studies. And if you know anything about a little bit of history, right, we're not going to go into it because they'll deem it something else, all right. But hey, look that experiment up. But here are some of the symptoms of it. Although it doesn't have the okay, I'm gonna get the symptoms correctly. Symptoms were painful and repulsive. The appearance of genital sores, following by foul abscesses and ulcers over the rest of the body, and severe pain. All right, ulcers are little. Think about little holes where stuff comes out. All right, stuff comes out and little burnt holes in your body. An ulcer, what? An ulcer can take you down and be deleted if you have enough ulcers or ulcers in the wrong place. So essentially, this is a bunch of little ulcers, internal into your body. All right, some are seen and some are not seen. Okay, under your skin, it is just a bunch of little ulcers. All right, and amongst others. All right, and if this can be passed to your children. All right, that's the easiest way I can say it. And that's a plague. All right, and how much hey, that's a plague, because this devil has continued. You have continued to follow after this devil, and that's how much more, as the brother was saying, on the molecular level. All right, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua can plague you. All right, then you can get your freedom.
Because, going off with the fools who scorn his hate knowledge. Proverbs 15:2, it says, "A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go into the wise." And NLT is, markers hate to be corrected. Yes, you're right. So they stay away from the wise.
What I believe is
niggas always coming up with a new doctrine every year. Do this. Paul's writings, they say that he can say the word of God is not the
word of God.
Genesis is burnt up. Now all of a sudden they don't have the support. They say he was for idolatry. So you niggas, man, you niggas write verse every year. How you gonna call a person Paul? Him telling Israelites,
Them is all enchantments and idols on nails. That's why, the symbolism with they sign.
Yeah, they got that whole game about symbolism of food brands and stuff like that. Yeah.
You over there worshiping, drinking a coffee, worshiping some Greek goddess.
yeah, you niggas
Sorcery.
and that's why you
Eating a burger, a Baphomet burger.
But that's kitchen.
Ass burger.
your Starbucks cup got the Queen of Heaven on it.
It's a real ass burger.
You don't think whoever sent that before they sent that out prayed to their God to send that out?
Or devil.
Yeah. Got a jig at work that swears by them. Swears by it. And matter of fact, he says he swears by it, he gonna live with that.
Yeah, they say that, it was rumored that do good blood.
Hey, it only had to be the first batch. Every other batch follows after that.
That's just as bad as this weirdo selling Lake Mead one. I believe he sold out. I forgot how much money he made. Because they were trying to, the dead bodies was coming up. It was motherfuckers is anonymous.
Niggas out here trapping people. Man, let's stay on the path. The path
TB is the C hip.
Appreciate it.
Great job. They've been doing a hell of a job, misleading t-shirt fringe. Simple.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and verse 23, and it reads, "Turn ye at my reproof, before I will pour out my spirit unto you."
You don't need a crown to worship us. Like you said earlier, you see us? They're welcome to dry their ass over here. Yeah.
It's on the mobile device.
YouTube does the heavy lifting through Yahweh. That's the good.
Don't do me, I believe I heard Apostle Ramon saying on camp a couple weeks ago, we really don't need to preach no more. We do it through faith, but hey, it's already reached the ends of the earth. The message has been sent. Hey, we just as good as out of faith.
This is what we've been used to.
Occupy till I'm out. It's like, so it's out.
I will make known my word unto you, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. How you gonna hate from outside?
I've been in every affiliated demo with every doctrine. We talk about Lawrence, this, that, the third.
That's his damn problem.
I'm gonna just give it to you like how we also, but just hating on, he ain't hating on nobody else. Just he did say Christianity, but specifically Hebrew Israelites.
You can't talk to a nigga that's
Hebrew Israelites.
his goddamn mind.
Sorry, you just don't understand. Identity crisis.
We dealt with a dude like that.
Because the Lord just gave you that so he could
more victory over the case of Bruce. Really, it goes back to Jacob getting victory. Because when you go back to the time of King David, okay, King David's Psalms 10,000, he was celebrated after a victory. But this that they do goes back to rituals. And you know that because what happens during those goddamn events, niggas be setting cars on fire, trash cans on
Oh,
fire.
yeah, like when back when Kobe and Shaq was,
Yeah.
they made fuck that way.
Over a goddamn game. Because
Win or lose, they was fucking the city up, bro. I said,
They did that in Philly too, brother. They was following dude that was on the pole was straight. He fell to death
Oh, yeah.
when they won after the Eagles won the Super Bowl when they were out there going crazy.
what's that in Frisco too? And that's over a basketball game. That, you know, a basketball game or a football game. When this shit, hey, Jacob Trouble gonna be different, man. You know, we've seen when these little uprisings with protests. But shit, if they do that over a basketball, it's gonna have to snap really tight.
Hey, don't think just because it's cut off right now, right? That all this food and these programs are being cut off. That the kingdom's going to come tomorrow, right? Your suffering still has to happen. You still have to have people smile in your face, right? You have to have the elite taunt you a little bit, right? You got to be outcast. How much Shimei Shai's got to turn the pride of these devils up even more. Turn the pride of these jakes up even more who abide in the world. Hey, because to them, they're getting ready to party and bullshit. All right, we about to do it up. We about to go hamburger. All right? In every way, shape, or form. All right? Hey, they're gonna have a certain type of food in these grocery stores. All right? There's gonna be a certain type of food. But when you have the ability to get that food, they're gonna give it to you just for a minute. And then they're gonna tell you, hey, you time to bow down to this system. All right?
What's that meat company?
Right.
What's that?
Beyond Meat.
What's that?
Celebrity
Snow.
Meat.
It's not Snow.
Oh yeah.
Then you got all kinds of shit. All kinds of literally shit too.
Dynamite.
All right?
I mean,
All right. Correct. Beaver bite.
that's Ben and Jerry.
It's not all vanilla ice cream. It's straight.
Verse 25. Verse 26, and it reads, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
These elites are doing experiments like that, and they want to help Jake's team. They do it all the time.
whether you do it or not. They justifying, you know, the demonization of the so-called black, you know, Latino, Native American.
Go ahead, go. Hey, when Trump's had the troops go to these specific pantries and Walmarts and shit because they putting out these videos telling them, Jake's putting out videos telling them what it says.
But hey, that wasn't hate speech.
Right.
That wasn't, you know, because they
That's
don't
just
care.
business.
And
That's just business.
that's fueling all the hatred for us.
That's right.
Hey,
You know? That's fueling racism. You know,
classism.
got somewhere, you know, and people are taking it as they're not fake. People took it as, you know, even when they did see it, they said that it was fake, and people didn't care. You know, you guys, somebody with a MAGA hat on talking about, you know, they probably did it anyway.
This Luke 14:23 says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto the servant, go out into the highways and the edges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
That's why we had to do it. The elect
He says, for I say unto you that none of these men which were bedded shall taste my supper. Luke 14:23 says, so his master said, go out unto the country lines and behind the edges and urge everyone you find to come, so that the house will be full. For none of those I first visit will get even the smallest taste of my banquet.
Right. Hey, you will not eat the bread of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai if you do not stand up for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. If you will not stand and wait for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? If you are not here to do Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's will, whether you be a woman of the nation of Israel and you have to follow your lot as a woman, you have a lot, you have a place, stay in it. Right.
What happened to the man that came up and showed up to the wedding?
Yeah.
We think in that shit too.
Exactly. Hey, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai requires obedience, and he requires self-sacrifice.
Not suited and booted the way we did it.
Right.
That's kind of like being laughed at when he's laughing at your commandment because you didn't make it. You didn't do what you were supposed to do.
You got all these men that in this wedding that do the same thing. You can't come into the wedding and talk about some. Chill. No.
Yeah, some house shit.
John the Baptist in there. Red Carpet, we talk that's why the beauty camps fail.
Outside of Hey, bonnet outside of the house. What you do in your house, wearing the bonnet, hey, that's
If
on
you're a
you.
man, you shouldn't have that.
But I mean, you shouldn't have that much hair, really. But
Final destination,
Like
right?
how Shai said, you gotta be as a child. If you can't, be as a child and not fit for the kingdom.
Stop making up your own goddamn agenda. Stop making up stuff off. Now all of a sudden, you confuse Israel. You know what has to happen for you to repent? You have to go back and tell your whole congregation, I was wrong. This is right. But a lot of you niggas ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it.
all the congregation is not going to hear you as well. You don't have the opportunity. You might not have the opportunity. Why? Because this devil is going to take away the heavy lifting for you as well. So when that's cut out, Now you got to try to go to each individual and say, hey, I was wrong. No, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he said you would come like a thief in the night. All right? The word being taken out, the famine of the word, they're not going to give you a time. They're not going to say, okay, it's going to be cut off next week at 4 o'clock.
They're just gonna hit it.
Right? They just gonna hit the button.
Like he's Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like he's coming back to them, which he is to them.
Right?
They're not gonna say shoot.
Right.
This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. O generation of vipers, how can ye being evil speak good things?
Amen.
That's just what we know about. What it say in Luke 1? That this is only a small, things that we know. That's recorded in the gospel.
Hey, and matter of fact that you say that, look at the fact that it's a small thing that we know, and look how powerful it is. How much more? How much more will we, come into the full knowledge? How much more when the apostles come into the full knowledge? Books that aren't even seen, and books that haven't even been written on this earth. All right, that the heavens only were. Okay, we're gonna know all things. Right.
Giving them mysteries.
Right. That's why that wisdom is just shining so bright. They said, cover them up. Cover them up. It's too much. If you couldn't look at the pure physical manifestation of a word and the word in that man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, how much more when Yahweh Shai himself, all right, through Yahweh, releases all that.
Look upon the laws, they can look upon it. And then, right, it's taken away.
The light started off dim, and then this just keeps on getting brighter and brighter as Yahweh Shai gets closer and closer. All right, there was a light, and the veil was pulled off, and it was enough that we can see Alpha Bivens woke us brothers up to the truth. Through Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rama, Apostle Paul, the elders and the bishops, all the way to the newest brother, teaching 100%. The light just keeps on getting brighter. 10,000 times brighter than the sun, all right, as we are the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Lord willing, we be those men, all right? We help in our measure. Another scale to the luminous of light, okay? Hey, this knowledge and this wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is above all things.
It says, actually Matthew 12:34, it says, for out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Verse 35, a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. In verse 36 it says, but I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Right, accountability. So accountability is there for you who speaks against the truth, and there's accountability for those who speak up for the truth. All right? You are accountable either way. All right? So Lord willing, we be found worthy of the mercy and the grace and the mystery and the histories of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai continuously. All right? That we receive salvation. This day, all right, going to show you, hey, in the last day, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai would reveal unto us what we need for salvation. We had to spend days without it, right? And then we got a day where we could get it, right? 3.5 days, all right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has returned this word back unto us so that we may perform that which is pleasing unto Him. This is not of ourselves. Of learning.
Yahweh Shai was that, worthy to.
That's what I was just about to do. I was just about to do.
There is not a way in Yahweh Shai because it says, I'm taking away from the still got to Let's say by grace of God, if the laws and His commandments are going to save us, that means we would have to be found in all of it. We'll all be cooked.
We wouldn't even be standing here right now on this.
And you know, a bad thought is a sin. Look at another man's room type, that is a sin. That is something that immediately judgment is supposed to be put upon it. So
that was
that's right.
If you think that thought, you can put the thoughts for a
But the niggas saying it was a bunch of damn dreads.
You're not supposed to have braces out. You got rubber bands in your mouth.
The reason why y'all wear dreads is because niggas in the world think a nigga that got a little bit of knowledge with dreads is deep. That's where that shit comes from. Which that dread shit goes back to the producer. Okay, it goes back to him. That's not locks. Okay? Look up the word locks. Yeah, shit locks. That's what it is. It says, but even unto this day, when Moses was read, the veil was removed. Nevertheless,
Alright? Hey, that's why you were outcasted from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the righteousness was taken out of your mind and your mouth. Alright? You could not speak the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You could not even think upon him. Because what does Yahushai say? Hey, think ye upon me. Alright? So when you don't have the name and you don't have the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you therefore cannot perform the things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai wants you to do.
When he first came down,
now you have no cloak for your sins. All right, you have no cloak for your sin because the word came down from heaven. All right, embodied the law. All right, and gave you the law in the flesh, and said, now you can listen to him. I gave you the very word that I spoken, and it came into existence, but you yet still denied. And now that you denied, guess what? Hey, there's no cloak for any of your sins. I gave it to you, you had it verbally, then I wrote it down, and I manifested it physically.
All these dudes do. You gotta actually still in Israel and according to the best of your ability, do what you can, through the spirit, but also to make that's not what's going to save you. It's not. Because, hey, Moses, when he came down from the was the first king of Israel was breaking the law. And what did he do? He threw the stones down and they broke. That was symbolic. So now Yahweh Shai, he did the sacrifice that he was supposed to do with. There cannot be a covenant except through blood. Covers us with new bodies, but the laws and commandments are going to be instilled in our people parts.
And therefore, according to further, that Yahweh Shai was and is chosen.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to deal with
That's because you're not right?
Back to his setting, because he said he should increase. He was talking about that there stood for the priesthood of Aaron, and Yahweh Shai was there.
That's why this word that we're in now, hey, and through the will and power of Yahweh Shai, we're waiting for the priest to come back. All right? Our high priest, Yahweh Shai, hey, to come back. We are all waiting from Apostle Tahar on down. All right, brothers who are teaching 100% doctrine, we are waiting. We cannot save ourselves. This is not a thing of ourselves. All right? No.
Because now we're priests. We're priests. Because really, this is we're giving our sacrifice, right? Who used to do the sacrifices in Israel for atonement? The priests. So this is the
Keep on scoffing and mocking. Wait till the day Yahweh Shai start making bodies hit the floor right on the altar. All right? For all your bullshit.
Hey, and that's why I'm talking about David. Showbread.
Yeah.
He was able to to what was going to initially nothing concerning priesthood.
Titus 3 and 5, not by the works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy, he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit.
This is what is being done today. All right? It's being done 40 plus years. Yahweh Shem Yahushai has allowed you to be washed and to be cleansed and renewing of the spirit. Right? Or else we would have been through. All right? How many brothers have had the opportunity and fell out of the faith? All right? Got weak in the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Either because they didn't pace themselves in the race, all right, and that was through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because they were never selected as the elect. Lord willing, we be those people. All right? Hey, you have to run this race at the pace that Yahweh Shem Yahushai demands you to run it. So you can't do too much and you can't do too little.
It's basically being the pace of the turtle.
Tortoise in the hair.
It's a race of patience.
Right? It's a race of endurance. Endurance and patience. Right? Because you have to go through adversity. You have bad situations. Things happen. Shit happens. As Forrest Gump says, what happens? Shit happens. All right? Right, and it's not given to the swift. So, hey, that's why you see brothers, and I see it in myself, hey, for the little time I've been in it, right? Seeing brothers come in on fire and fizzle out. Right? Yeah, hey, because what were you doing? You thought it was a 100-yard dash. All right? How about Shem Yahushai put it in your spirit for a 100-yard dash? All right? But yet it's a marathon. It's a cross-country marathon. Right. And they've set that marker, and then guess what? For the very 5th year, goodbye. I wanted to take up your time, Salaki, and make you even more blameless. LDS.
I did my
weakness. Right.
and wasn't speaking the right thing.
It's only a certain amount of time. In their eyes, they got to serve the Lord. They put a time limit.
So I'm gonna retire.
Till I come.
Now it's done. Right now I can rest. Right. The Most High is requiring me to rest. Call me back again. Time for what? Who? Nigga, who are you? Tell the apostle to retire.
Like that. Said, this is it. That was it.
That was it. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 27, and it reads, when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
Not saying that I wouldn't take the EBT if I got it, but just for the simple fact that the reason that a lot of these females are broken up because they've been on double system their whole fucking life.
Right. Go on
Right.
and go down.
Hey, and
That's the old daddy. That's
your sugar daddy.
sugar daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that allowed your pride to be puffed up. That's what gave you that security.
Proverbs 1:28 NLT. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me.
This YouTube, this access to brothers in the world, it's not gonna be accessible anymore.
You're gonna see a brother on the street. You're not gonna know where you remember them from. But Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is only gonna place a slight amount of remembrance just to know. I can't put my finger on it. Hey, and then the spirit power Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, he gonna give it to you after you can't get to it. You're gonna try to run around the corner or whatever, whatnot. We gonna be advantaged like a bait to the spirit power Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. All right. Hey, wandering to and fro.
They used to be over this location.
I just see that face was so familiar. Bug it out.
A lot of you are gonna be able to recognize this community like t-shirt figures.
Right.
You might see us, and then the Lord just do the tongue to
God.
You go to
How feel? How fucked up is he gonna be?
go to one of the t-shirt figures really time. Take it. Look at the teeth fingers on the t-shirt.
It's sin. Just don't sin. Verse 29, for they hated knowledge and chose not fear Yahweh, Shemi Al-Shai. They rejected my advice, paid no attention when I corrected them.
Pay attention. Hear that shit on Benny Black? Remember with the teacher? He was like, that's my teacher from. She was like, pay attention. You know?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't take none of the advice. Y'all didn't pay attention.
No, I thought you were going to say something.
They said they weren't sober.
Oh, yeah. Verse 30, they rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own skins.
Correction was there. He said, I gave you correction.
And how did he correct you? Through the prophets. They cried
It was,
loud
he
and clear.
said, here you go. This is yours. Take this correction. It's right here. Here. He even put it in your hand. He put it in your hand.
He chastised you so you would know that not to do those things.
Right.
Gave you all the opportunities
He put it in your hand.
to get right.
It said, what
Yeah, it says, therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living.
Their own living.
It's New York.
It's too hard out here. That's not what you were saying a week ago.
Therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way.
They're living their own way. And that's Israel's problem. They want to know their own thing. So they're going to eat the bitter fruit of their own way they're living.
Someday.
Gluttonous, that motherfucker got on stars. Okay?
They said, how many kids they losing?
Shit talkers. The shit you was talking is going to come back in your own head. You said this is ain't coming, or this is coming for you. You said famine ain't coming, famine is coming for you.
Find a way.
Soil to the soil.
Yeah. Niggas are like, man, y'all gonna have to eat that fruit of your own.
Death to death.
Right, because you sow it. Right? This is sowing life through the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. We be those men. This is a hey, we serve the power of the living, not the dead.
For simpletons turn away from me to death.
Simple simpletons. Simple simpletons. Turn away. Listen now. It looks better over there. It's more comfortable. I don't have to work.
Well, that was the enchantment of the sun.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't have to work. I
still
give you
played
up.
out together.
EBT.
Okay.
Snap.
Fed the ground, you know.
Hey, and you the slucky. Bitches. You had the ability to feed your baby off your breast, and you want it quick and infinite. Now, after your third, fourth child, hey, your ducks ain't working, and you got a baby now. Your ducks ain't working because all the shit that you eat through your SNAP benefits, because you have the ability to go get food of nutrients, but you chose the hot Cheetos and fat because you a lazy, trifling ass wench. Yeah. All that shit. Now your ducks don't work and your baby gonna starve. And then you gonna end up eating your own. Right. Heavy metal. This is not any health food information. Please look up and do your own research. Fair use. Look up and do your own research. Look on the back of the package. Look it up on the internet or read it in the book.
Simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of tomorrow.
And you're destroyed by your own will. It is your will because you're like, man, I do whatever I want to do. It's me. That's on me. Right? I'm okay. Okay, right. Okay, I'm getting the food. The government's paying for my house. You know, everything's good. So you can't do nothing for me. It said as long as you don't have a man in the house, they will feed you. But they didn't say nothing about niggas. Right? Because all these EBT recipients of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Semitic Indians, you have to keep on getting pregnant somewhere. And we know he had the PlayStation sitting on the couch, eating his fruit snacks, eating up all the cereal. All right, you didn't get 7 babies daddies through one night. All right.
The majority of the people on SNAP is, PWT.
All right. You got a break?
Yeah. This is Luke 11 and 47. And it says, "Woe unto you, for ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers deleted them." Verse 48, "Truly ye bear witness that ye allowed the deeds of your fathers, for they indeed deleted them, and ye build their sepulchres."
And that's exactly what you're still doing today. Through your works, hey, delivering the prophets up, spiritually and verbally right now, Centurions of the kings. Right? That's what you're doing. You're already, hey, it's already starting to happen. Right. Right? And this will, hey, it is, I'm not going to say that, but it is being televised, if you know what it is. Right? It is being televised. This is it. Right? That's why this devil is going to come down with great wrath, because this is it. All right? Right? It is his it. It is televised. It's videoized, audioized. It's right here. It's right here. And when they take it away from you, you're gonna bug the fuck out. Because now it's not a spectacle anymore.
Verse 50,000 for this man right here. 50,000 for this man, right? It's gonna be, people are gonna be in need.
Just like the members, people signed up to go.
$50,000 sign. And yes, oh man.
Luke 11:50, that the blood of all the prophets which were shed from the foundation of the world may be required in this generation.
This time that ain't gonna work. Some of us watch how the Lord get that.
The standard gonna be raised.
Do what you will. Hey, and you know these devils don't do it in the day. They always come at night.
At the end of the day, it's we don't fear death. If you have the true understanding of the Lord, you don't fear death. Right?
Just a small condition.
Because we know
to
we
get to the
don't
chariot.
ever die. That's how your house has conquered death. Through that, it's the mindset that we in now. That's spiritual power, man. Because now that's what Esau deemed, used to hang over your head, kill tactics. Just like it. What happened when they figured out that he really nothing to be fooled. He got small. He went back to that base now.
No, you're afraid of me. No.
Exactly what the fuck happened in the second season, or rookie season, So they beat Stones, no? That's why Jonathan Majors was also from that
All at the end where you see all of the Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
144,000 all. All right.
Who did you call? We got a Lord, we got this shit figured out. That's how you go from it. You get this in there, and you start catching on, and you start because we don't want our minds to spark up, but it's really not up to you. So to the point, it says he's going to start by kill minds.
Hey, we're gonna face the east, and we're gonna give all honor and glory and praise up to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Hakim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children that's learning, to the Ba'Hashem, double dot, the Hasadim. Until next time, okay, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All of